All right, summer's here and you don't feel like going to the gym as much, or you are in one of the scorching hot countries in in the US or in Europe, and it's just too sweaty for you to gather the energy to really do a good strength training session. So, what should you do? Well, in this video, I'm going to tell you what I'm doing and what I recommend for my clients when vacation time comes around. Let's get into it. Normally, I've been working out 4 days a week, going to the weight room and then doing a sprint interval training session in conjunction with one of my strength training sessions. And that's just been way too much to fit into my calendar right now. And so here's what I am doing to hold on to the muscle that I have. First thing is that I have switched over to doing full body sessions, and my plan is to go a minimum of twice a week and hopefully 3 days a week. The beauty of a full body session is that you stimulate all the muscles in your body. The little bit more challenging part of it is that you can't do them 2 days in a row. So you do need to leave that recovery day in between. And these sessions can be fairly short. Getting in a few good sets has been shown to be enough to maintain what you've got. As I've mentioned before, your first working set is really the one that is going to give you the most bang for your buck. That's the one that's going to stimulate your muscles the most. So even if you were to go in and take your strength training program and do one set of each of your exercises instead of the normal 2 or 3 sets, that would already be a very good workout. So you can shorten your actual workouts quite a bit, and that could help you to be able to actually fit them in to your summer. The key is to make sure that you're training with intensity anyway, right? You do want to make sure that you're getting close to muscular failure. And that means that you only have 1 or 2 reps left in the tank when you stop. Personally, if I know that I'm only training twice a week and they're going to be 2 days that are kind of far apart, so maybe Tuesday and Saturday, where I know I have a good recovery time in between, then I will go to 1 rep from failure or even to failure on some exercises to really push that as much as possible. Because sometimes when we are training, we think we're 1 away from failure, but actually, when we try, we're like, oh, okay, I could actually do 2. So I'm again kind of testing where my failure point is. It's good to practice that every now and again with safe exercises, of course, safe exercises. I would not do that with a barbell bench press, for example. Those are not even in my program, but I wouldn't do it with that or with like a back squat unless you've got your safeties up and you know how to get out from under the bar. So a couple other thoughts on this is if you're going away on a trip for 1 or 2 weeks, really, I would not stress about it. What I've done the past few summers is I go on a boat trip, and nowhere that we go has any place where you could actually do much more than walk. There's certainly no gyms. It's hot, it's kind of sweaty. It's not the kind of place where you feel like, yeah, I just skip my workouts. And it's been fine. Of course, coming back, you want to come back a little bit more gently. Otherwise, you might be very sore after you get back. So come back a little bit more gently. The other thing you could do if you are somebody who feels like, oh, I can't just sit still, you could even do a rubber bands training session. And if you are in my membership or in Learn to Lift, then please reach out to me if you want my rubber bands vacation program and I can upload it into your account. So the idea there, rubber bands as a tool are not as good as other weights as far as being able to ensure progressive overload because obviously when you set up with your rubber band, where you hold on to it will decide how much resistance you're getting from that rubber band. And there's no way to really mark where exactly you held it so that you could hold it at the exact same spot, even for the next set, quite honestly. But when you do a rubber band workout, what you want to do is get the resistance to be enough that you can get close to that point of failure. So you're getting the intensity in your set. Okay. All we're trying to do is remind our bodies with that rubber band workout, remind our bodies that, hey, Lynn needs to be able to lift heavy things. So we better hold on to that muscle. Okay. I mean, that's basically what we're trying to do with that rubber band workout. It'll be different than with the weights, but anyway. Or if your hotel happens to have a weight room, then go ahead and go in and you could do a session if you feel like it, right? But like I said, I don't like to say that, oh, you can't take 2 weeks off because honestly, this is something that you are going to be doing for the rest of your life, I hope. So your 99-year-old self is not going to be any worse off if you took a week off while you were on a cruise or 2 weeks off while you're doing something that you really enjoy, that's lowering your stress levels, you're enjoying the people around you and all the things. Okay, so those are my thoughts on strength training in vacation. So to summarize, if you're like me, where you have access to all the equipment that you normally have, but you want to spend more time outside and doing stuff with your friends, then just cut back on how many training sessions you're doing. So do the minimum of twice a week. And then you can even make your individual sessions shorter by cutting back on how many sets you do of each of the exercises you do. And also, if you're in one of my programs, you could do just the primary exercises, which normally you have 3 sets of each. You could do 2 sets of each of those, and then do 1 set of each of the additional exercises, or only do the primary exercises. So that's how you could work that in. And then if you don't have access to the gym, so you are on a trip, right? And if you want to enjoy your trip, then go ahead and enjoy your trip. But if you feel like you do want to have a workout, then you can do a bands workout. And if you're in one of my programs, then just reach out to me through the app that, hey, Lynn, I heard about your bands workout. Can you load it into my account? I'm happy to do that for you. And then you can do that while you're away on vacation. Okay, but I don't want you to stress about it too much because this is a marathon, not a sprint. And, every now and again, we have to take a week or two off. We might be sick or on vacation, right? And that is fine. So I don't want you to feel like super duper guilty if that's the decision that you make. And with that, I wish you a wonderful summer holiday season, and I'll talk to you again next week. Happy training.